It's becoming silly season again. All right. Alejandro Zendejas, who most recently has been an absolute tear. I would say it started with the just before the last U.S. men's national team call up in September. Or actually, it started with the U.S. men's national team call up in September. He scored a goal there. And after that, it's been goal, assist, goal, assist. Big play for the number 10 of Club America, the 27-year-old U.S. men's national team attacking player because he could play many different positions. I think he's best centrally as an eight, as a box to box or a double 10. I think he's great. He played in Necaxa as a double pivot, as a six, and he led the league in scoring. Mexican player, domestic player scoring, I should say, which got him the attention of Club America, and he has been ridiculous ever since for Club America. Take some water here out of my. Thank you. There are reports. He's 27 years old, right? He's 27 years old right now. Contract runs out in 2027. He's got a market transfer value globally about 9 million, which I don't think is the market value he'll have within Liga Amekis. But there are reports that there are a few teams who would like to drop that bag on Alejandro Sendejas. All being this report Major League Soccer teams. You have the Portland Timbers, you have the LA Galaxy, and Atlanta United. Let me just start off by saying Alejandro Sendejas would be a fantastic addition to many teams in many places, not just Major League Soccer. I think he's a hell of a player. I think you get a dual threat. You think you get a playmaker, facilitator, and you also get a end product type of guy, a guy who's going to get you goals and assists. He is dangerous, and he's also a team player. He works his ass off. He, for me, is one of the best players Liga Amekis has seen in the last 2.5, almost 3 years. He's been that good in multiple positions, and he dons the number 10 in one of the biggest clubs this side of the hemisphere. Massive deal, what he's done and what he will continue to do with Club America. That team has a lot of history, lots of money, crazy, crazy pressure. And he may go down, if he ends his career right now with Club America, he may go down as one of the most legendary players they have. And this is not hyperbole. This is not hyperbole. Club America is on an epic run right now where they've been to 4 straight domestic finals. They've won 3 of those. He is one of 5 players that's been involved in every final heavily and the lead up to those finals as an integral part of that team. Luis Angel Malagon, the goalkeeper. Israel Reyes, the center back. You could also go to Alejandro Fidalgo, Henry Martin, who was the number 9, and Alejandro Sendejas. He will forever be known as one of the best players and what is looking like one of the best teams in their illustrious, illustrious history. Very good player. Now, I mentioned $9 million globally. Why do I say that? Liga MX doesn't abide by the global transfer market. In fact, they poo-poo and pee-pee all over it. What does that mean? You see internal markets at an inflated value. So Jurgen Damm once went from Pachuca to Tigres for $11 million. Nobody else was going to pay globally $11 million. We see these cases like Julian Quiñones from Atlas to America, $15 million. Wasn't going to go to $15 million elsewhere with no national team history, with only what he's done off of Liga Amekis. It wasn't going to happen. There's an external market in Liga Amekis. I think Alejandro Sendejas can go upwards of 15 million in Liga MX. I really do. So I think if MLS is going to come, they got to come big. Now, that's not exactly what I want to get to. I'm a fan of letting players decide where they want to play and when they want to play, how they want to finish or continue their careers. That's a very personal question. A lot of factors go into that. It's not just what fans think or pundits think. I'm sure many of you would agree. There are things that are beneficial in the long run for his career or his legacy, if you will, and there are things that are beneficial for his wallet. Would it be beneficial for his wallet to go to Major League Soccer? Yeah, come on. Like, he's going to make crazy amounts of money being a DP for a team like the LA Galaxy, Atlanta, or the Portland Timbers. You'd get to play in front of some crazy fan bases. He's already used to that, but within the States, and live very comfortably within the States and the parameters of what those great fan bases will expect from you or pressure you into feeling. It's not like Club America. Club America, Alejandro Sendejas has a bad outing, has a bad season, uh, goes out and is seen with a wine glass. It's going to be plastered all over, newspapers. They still exist. Plastered all over, media headlines, TV, podcast. People are going to be talking about it. People are talking about right now, who he dates, uh, the way he plays when he dates, who he dates. That's just par for the course. That won't happen if you're playing for the LA Galaxy. Respectfully, I say this respectfully. It won't happen if you're playing for Atlanta. It won't happen if you're playing for the Portland Timbers. You'll be a popular player, loved, 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 loved. And I'm sure those fans may have, even within those fans, certain fans that expect and demand, sure. But you're going to go around Los Angeles, around Atlanta, around the streets of Portland, and you're going to live your life. And you're going to enjoy your life. And you're going to feel those pressures. And you may have a bad season, but you're not going to be plastered all over major media outlets 5, 6 days a week, judging, critiquing your every move. It's not going to happen. So you'll get paid. You'll get that bag. But will you be where you think you can be? And what do I mean like by that? If you're Alejandro Sendejas grew up playing with the likes of Weston McKennie, Christian Pulisic, um, Luca De La Torre, Tyler Adams. These players played in Europe. These players went abroad. And Alejandro Sendejas, and I know this for a fact, thinks and knows he's just as good as these players. He wants to be in Europe. At 27 years of age, if you choose Major League Soccer, and not just Major League Soccer, CONCACAF, because he could very well extend with Club America or get sold within Liga Amekis, you're kissing that goodbye. You're saying this is out of the picture, out of the element. Do I think he has the talent to play in Europe? Yes. Europe's massive. Europe is massive. So Europe, what does that mean? Belgium, yes. France, yes. Portugal, yes. The Netherlands, Holland, yes, yes. The Eredivisie, yes, yes. Do I think he's got the level to play in La Liga? Yes. Could easily see him in a type of setup like a Betis. Do I think he's or a Sevilla right now, and Pelado Almeida is doing great things. Matias Almeida, head coach, is doing great things out there. Do I see him in the Bundesliga? Yes, I think I could. Do I see him in the Premier League? Within certain setups? Sure. Absolutely. He can play at these levels. I'm not saying he's going to play for City. I'm not saying he's going to play for Barcelona. But I think there are levels within those levels he could play, and he could be beneficial to his legacy. You would have to sacrifice La cartera, the wallet? Yes, absolutely. I think that as well. But he's a good player. Good player. And if the reports are true that the LA Galaxy are looking for him, I don't know what Ricky Pooch is going to look like next season. It's a quality player that can play in the middle, can play on the outside. Could I see him linking up with Gabriel Peck? Could I see him linking up with, Joseph Payne still? Yes, quality players. Could I see him being an upgrade over Diego Fagundes? Respectfully for Diego Fagundes, yes, I think so. Atlanta United, Lord knows they need help. They could use all the help in the world. I like Miguel Almiron, I really do, but this Atlanta team is a far cry from what we were exposed to with Tata Martino in the first years. Could I see him being a player for Phil Neville in Portland? Sure, absolutely. Less that one of those three. But this is a player that could absolutely fit the bill for a lot of Major League Soccer teams. It's going to be crucial times. I think if anybody tries to make a move, they got to do it before the World Cup, before that price skyrockets. If there is a World Cup for Alejandro Sendejas, because with a good World Cup, it could be 15 million now. Let's just say Mexico money, or 9 million, the rest of the world. But a good World Cup can double that. So remains to be seen. But I do think he's a good one.